Hello and welcome to another edition of the Akashic Portal Weekly. We're looking at the week of January 11th through the 17th. This is a very intense week, a lot going on. Major new moon bursting us out of what we consider our home or taking us back there to re-look at who we are, what activates us. We have a lot of movement in terms of what's happening. Uranus coming out of retrograde, Eris coming out of retrograde. These are massive movements that will affect us in many ways. So we might feel some kind of earthquake energy. We might experience unexpected movement of water, of the earth, of humanity moving, things being revealed. So bringing the light, bringing the energy of focus. We're all being focused into what we need to focus on going forward. Let's see what the cards have to say. I've already shuffled them. I'm using the Illuminating Journey cards that I created with the help of the Akashic Records. I'm Jen Deshen, jendeshen.com, and Akashic Swan Guidance. First card is the 26. So this card speaks about the need to focus on who you are. I feel like this came up last time, but it's again that iteration, your golden palace. This is the space where you live. And so how golden is it really? Are you looking outside, wishing you were somewhere else, wishing you had something else? Are you within that space, willing to live with what is and make the changes you need to renovate what it is, your belief system, the things that you maybe are attached to that you no longer work for you? What is real for you? What is the thing that you can find peace with, and really develop your relationship with this golden palace? The flamingos, the rose petals, the sense of taking ownership of who you are, the number 26, which is very much about connecting and making relationships with the resources you have, the community you have, the thing you want to birth, and making an 8, which is about success, right? 8 reminds us about looking at the bigger picture, being willing to move through what we consider obstacles. When we're looking inward, when we're looking at how we want to live in this golden palace, what is true, what is golden, what is the integrity for us, what brings us joy, all of those things are things we need to examine for ourselves and determine what actions, what boundaries, what focus will bring that into alignment, right? Other people can't change for us, but we can change and change how we look at what's out there so that we have a different experience and we can bring different things into creating that golden palace. The number 3, well, 21 of this year is a 3. I often talk about the 3 as a key or a way to enter the space. It's bringing joy, it's bringing curiosity, bringing that flow in, that the thing that when you look for the experience, the joy and the willingness to get in touch with your feelings, of truly creating and exploring and loving who you are and where you are given that sense of freedom, that 21, the keys to your kingdom. And it makes me think about this. Wherever you are, whether you're in a dark room in this golden palace, whether you're in a room full of light, what are you going to explore? What are you going to create, given the fact that there are many rooms in your mansion, in your being? And so you can do all kinds of things when you're not fixated on the result and you are illuminated by the curiosity and the joy and the potential that is available to you. The color yellow is very much about empowerment. It's about taking back your power, moving from that place of I will and I can. This is your will that is being activated, your soul will, right? The will of your soul to use the situation, your body, the way you are to move forward in alignment with what is true for you. We don't know what's happening right now. There's a lot of confusion, a lot of breaking down of old, a lot of needing to step into the new. So the more willing you are to step into that new place with curiosity, with that openness, with a joyful expansion, knowing you have a key to any of these rooms, that it's having that different approach, that approach of, I don't know what's around me, so why don't I focus on what I'm excited about, what I want to explore more, what responsibility I can take around this, what do I expect other people to do around this. It really gives you a sense of connection and grounding and a focus of where to put your energy as opposed to what is everyone else doing and life's falling apart. It's very much, okay, let me bring this in here and take action from who I am and what activates me, which brings joy to me. In the middle of chaos, there is so much available to connect to and explore and develop because things are open. There is this movement happening. And the final card is the 29. Now, this card is often, well, people think of this, or it's articulated as the so-called dark card in the deck. And it's the card with the most black in it. And that's not a bad thing, right? 20, the number 29 itself is comes to an 11, and 11 becomes a 2, and that energy of the 11 requires us to stand up for ourselves. So there can be a lot of fear around needing to stand up for ourselves. Perhaps there's even fear about exploring our boundaries and breaking free of things we have not, and even moving out of dark spaces. Like, this is how it is, I'm afraid to change. People have told me these things. All those things that we have perhaps been trapped in, calling us to take a different role. And if you can see here, so it's hard to do this backwards, but there is a panther here. Black panther, there's also the figure, which could be you, could be your soul, could be your tensions, or what's available to you. And that's very, very focused. There's a lot of yellow here, yellow of the crystals, yellow of the trees, all the clocks. So thinking about how time is changing, how the potential of what we bring into what we call time, meaning what we give credence to, what we give time to, right? What we are willing to uh, do or spend. How are we spending or giving energy to, and what? And what are we thinking? What are we doing? Where we want to go with this? Sometimes when we're just open and we want to explore, we discover things because we don't have a fixed viewpoint. So we can see more, we can receive more, we can grow more. And so part of this is the idea of mixing the idea between time and music and all of these things, the eyes, and taking the portal into the unknown, being willing to investigate and know that we don't know, so that we're open to what can come with it. And it's interesting that all three of these cards have the energy of yellow. The first one, the golden, there is, I don't know if you can see that, the eye, the symbol of the eye. And that's the third eye, the intuition, the awakening of our awareness that things are not what they seem. And there is all this love and support for us. There's this energy of peace waiting for us when we truly step into what is. We don't need illusion in order to create what we desire. What we need is clarity and the willingness to do what is required so we can renovate those rooms within ourselves, renovate how we're looking at things, and open ourselves up to this flow of love and peace and realization that comes when we look at things differently and we approach them differently and start to explore and activate by doing things, taking action that is focused in a new way, and then connecting to that energy within us, the power within us that allows us to stand up and play and find joy and truly give energy where it's needed. And then the third card is this one, the 2. So it's the 2 and the 3, right? Really important in 2021. We have that 2 and 3. And the 9, the 29, the 11, standing up for ourselves, being willing to do hard things, to look at things that maybe have felt uncomfortable, so that we can know our true connection, understand our relationship to ourselves, our fears, and why we do things, why we may have limitations, or see our beautiful golden palace in limited ways. That's the reading for the week. Let me know what you saw, what came up for you. What does this reveal for you? I'd love to hear it. As always, subscribes, likes, comments, loved and appreciated. As I mentioned, I'm Jen Duchenne of jenduchenne.com and Akashic Swan Guidance. These cards are available on my website if you are interested. And I am a teacher of Akashic Records, and I have a class coming up in February. There is also a taste of what it's like to be in your Akashic Records. If you want to try that out, we have a class coming up on the 17th this month. I'll put the link down there. It's $25 to join us for the class, or if you want to go straight into learning, those are all available on my website. And as always, find that inner place within you to truly expand your vision while being grounded, so that you can move forward into an amazing week. We are in extraordinary times. We're breaking free of our old idea, and we want to be able to get in there and expand our view, whatever that looks like for us. The Golden Palace, the number 3, and of course, the idea of changing the way we enter a space, the unknown, and our relationship to what we might consider restrictions or fears. Which ones are we choosing to take forward? Till next week, I'm Jen Duchenne.